Hey everybody, welcome back. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Um, just wanted to welcome you to elk camp in 2020. Today was the first day. I did get here last night. I threw up camp. I was able to go out for hour 15 minutes up the trail that I usually go up where we put our tree stands. I didn't see anything, didn't hear anything. So I did hunt up there today. I did see two fork and horn mule deer bucks. You'll see them on the video there. And I think maybe I spooked an elk. I think it was a lone elk in some thick stuff not very far from camp here on the way back down this afternoon. There was some fresh sign around, but I didn't see any elk, and there's nobody hunting up there at all. Still today, I haven't heard any vehicles drive by. I didn't even hear any vehicles start up and drive by up and down the road this morning. No quads, no automobiles. I think that might be the first time ever, because that tells me that there's not a lot of hunting going on. Nobody was willing to get up this morning and get out there. So I don't know what's going on. I don't know if there's a bunch of predators up there again this year, but that's what I know so far. Weather's pretty nice this afternoon, but man, it got down to, when I woke up this morning, it's at 34 degrees, so it's getting cold at night. Been raining the last couple of days. Today is September 16th. I got the last 2 weeks to hit the season here. So I am by myself this year. Devin didn't want to come this year. I don't. I think we had such a horrible year last year. I don't think he wanted to spend the time off. I don't think he wanted to take his leave and spend the money and come out here. So I can't really blame him. The hunt was horrible. We'll see how it goes. Looks like the bones are still here from a bull I killed years ago. Doesn't really look like they're using this area anymore. Last couple years that I've come here, looks like they've abandoned it for some reason. You can find them just another ridge or two over, but I don't know why they're not using this area anymore. Weird. Used to be thick in here. Anyways. Make sure you bring a good pair of gloves. That's only after 2 uses. Well, it took me quite a while. Didn't go smooth today. But I think it'll be worth it. The view sure worth it. This is the second time I've sat in the stand in a different location. It's raining. So, I just seen another big one. Sorry there's not more footage. I've seen multiple elk on different occasions, and it's happened so fast I haven't had time to turn on my camera or anything. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, and it just confirmed what I've known for years. These big bulls have gotten smart. They go quiet. They don't bugle. And they move through the super thick stuff in the middle of the day. They've learned that everybody goes back to camp. They do a morning hunt, they do an evening hunt. Most everybody goes back to camp in the afternoon. I spooked a single small calf near the trail, and this bull about 40 yards up behind me on the trail let out a little call to it. It wasn't quite a bugle. I made my way back up the trail and cruised up there. And he spotted me first, but he's in the thick stuff, and I did get a glimpse at him. He's the biggest one I've saw so far. I've saw one other big one, and I've had one 5-point come walking right at me, and he was maybe 15 yards. I don't know if I went over that already, but all the stuff I've been happening, or seeing's been happening too fast to get the camera going. But I'm seriously thinking about moving my tree stand right now. I'm gonna eat some lunch, and I may go back up there, even though I just put it up there the day before yesterday. Way up there. I may go after that big one. Hopefully he comes back. It goes through there again. I'm sure they go through there all the time. But that's it for now. This is the spot where I seen that 5-point bull come walking right at me. Here about, I think it was on Saturday. Today's Tuesday. Or today's Wednesday. So he come walking out behind that tree. Froze right there. I couldn't knock an arrow until he went behind that tree. He stood right there. All I could see was his antlers. I moved up a little bit. You could see his antlers above that log. He was looking around. He went through there, and I almost had a window through some trees over here, about 30 yards. But he walked right through it too fast. Okay, so I saw one spike this morning. I think I got him on the video. And then I kept going, and not much longer after that. I got to a ravine, and I heard another bull. I believe he was bedded down in that thick stuff. And I tried to get some video of it, see if he'd pop up, but I think he snuck away. But he let out one little cow call. It's the kind of call they do when their cows take off. They do a little, if I had my bugle with me, I'd do it for you, but I don't have it with me. But I'm going to run back to camp here. I'm close. I'm going to grab some lunch, and I'm going to head back up to my tree stand, sit in the middle of the day, see if that big one comes back. All right, stay tuned. I just shot at a bull. I think it was 50 yards. I didn't have time to turn on my camera or even range it. He was on my side over here, coming down the trail. And he ran across the other side and went to this opening. Right over there. He was right in there when I shot. This spot, and then I'm going to go over and see if there's any blood. Wish me luck. So I put my jacket up in the tree. That way when I get across the other side, I might have a hard time finding out exactly where it was at, because it's thick through there. I'm going to try to go straight across so I don't lose the spot, but I don't think it's going to be easy. Hopefully I can spot my jacket in that tree. See how it goes. Well, I found him. Put another arrow in him. It was sad to see him go. effects of the heavy arrow setup. I usually like to show this stuff, but I made a video on the effects of it. I want to show you some proof. That's the only reason I'm doing this. With the 2025 elk archery season. So he's a satellite bull running around at 11:30 in the afternoon. Maybe looking for cows, but that's how it's been going. Everybody's been getting up early. They go out and blow their bugles all morning. Probably don't see anything. And then these guys move in the middle of the day when they know everybody's gone back to camp. It's the third or fourth time this season I've seen this so far. These bulls out moving in the middle of the day when everybody's gone back to camp and not calling. There's no calling. They're just being quiet. Just still hunting. Maybe we'll go over that some more later, but right now I gotta get busy. Okay, everybody, this is Paul. It's a guy I met there, camped next to me, and he has been awful generous and offered me some help packing my elk out. I'll never be able to thank him enough. I believe this is karma coming around. I've offered people that I've never met before and helped them, so maybe this is what goes around comes around. So here we go. This is our first load, and we're going to take it down to the cart.
We'll see what happens.
Whoa. What's that? What'd you say?
I said, I guess perfect ought to work, right?
Yeah. We come out right where we went in. Through that stuff, if you can believe it. Nice.
Yeah, that was a good trail.
The trail, I can't tell. Here we go. This game cart is awesome.
It's the meat wagon.
The meat wagon.
Let's see.
This was unplanned. This is what you say when you let it all hang out.
That's the proof of sex.
Yeah. I don't know how it got out of the bag, but pun intended. But Alright then, so that's the end of my 2025 elk archery season. It actually turned out to be a pretty good season. As you can see, I got one. Ended up seeing more elk than I thought I would. It was much better than last year. When it comes to heavily hunted public land animals, whether it be elk or deer, this specifically I'm talking about the elk. My recommendation would be that you hunt them like deer instead of hunting them like elk, like you see in all the videos. You know, if you're in the backcountry, if you're hunting on public land, you're way back in there somewhere, you can probably bugle a bull in. Your calls, all that stuff, that probably work in the backcountry still. My experience, when you're hunting heavily hunted public land elk, that stuff doesn't work anymore. Hasn't for years. You might be lucky, as in my opinion, elk are kind of like people. You know, overall majority of them are pretty smart. You'll get very few that are geniuses, and then you'll get some that are just dumber than rocks. Those are the ones that a few people are going to call in, but it's not going to be very many. So my recommendation would be hunt them like deer. Be quiet, still hunt, learn where they're moving, and then ambush them, whether it be on the ground or in a tree stand. I've been doing that for years, and it's been pretty successful. I've got a lot of experience on it, especially hunting the elk that we did for over 20 years in Washington. Those elk quit talking a long time ago. So I've just carried that experience over to other places where I've hunted, and it works pretty good. You can see in the video there, I found out that the elk were moving around in the middle of the day, and that's when I got mine. They're not dumb. They're a lot smarter than people give them credit for. They hear people get up in the morning, they hear their vehicles drive around. I know guys come out and blow their bugles at them all morning long, till typically about 10, 11 o'clock in the morning. Then they all head back to camp, come back at evening about 4 o'clock. They hear the vehicles again, they hear people start bugling, and they've learned just to be quiet and start moving around in the middle of the day, do the really thick stuff. I've seen it not only this year, I've seen it many years, and that's how I try to ambush them. But take from that what you will. That's my advice for heavily hunted elk on public land. I'd like to give a big shout out to Paul again for helping me out. Thank you so much. It's so much help helped me pack that elk out. We made it in one trip with that meat cart. It was awesome. I've never used one of those things before. I know they've been around forever, and I'm gonna have to give me one of those things. It was a game changer. So thanks again, Paul. Much appreciated. I wanted to touch on the elk that I shot and the heavy arrow setup. I know I mentioned a little bit in the video when I was up there and I had him down, but you can see where I hit him. That arrow that you see in the video is my initial shot. I got a shot at him. I didn't have much time. He happened to stop in the only opening on the other side of the hill across that ravine, and which was his mistake. I didn't get a video. I didn't get a picture of it in the video, but there was a stump right next to me in the trailer, and I had to stand up on that stump and kind of lean over to get a shot around the tip of a tree. And when I first saw him over there, I could see that he was bold. He was still kind of moving, and he stopped, and he was somewhat broadside. But by the time I got an arrow knocked and was ready to shoot, he was facing right at me. That first shot went right in the brisket, no problem. It's just why I shoot an arrow that's almost 700 grains with the grizzly broadheads and the brass inserts and the steel ferrules in them. I already talked about all that stuff in the other video. That's exactly why I shoot that stuff, and it works. Alright. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.